Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
Not today. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. You may recognize our Death Goddess Ruth back here. And we, got to get into it. So, first story.
All right. So, new Gallup poll has been brought out. And now, if you don't know what that is, they kind of usually more liberal polling of the United States, though they do claim to be impartial.
If you want unbiased, the other direction, Rasmussen.
Right. Either way, they've come out with a new one that says that Romney's beating Obama by a good 9 points. And if they're saying 9 points, it's probably actually higher than that. Go look at the graph. It actually shows that Romney's been higher than Obama for a while. Then Obama jumped a little bit. And
wait. Romney's been higher than Obama?
For a little bit. The dark green one is...
No,
that's favorable. Sorry,
that's favorable and unfavorable rating.
Darn. Either way,
Mitt Romney.
He is higher than Obama by 9 points, according to Gallups. So, yeah, things are looking good.
Good things for Mittens there. So moving from Mitt to Obama, like we sometimes do. So we talked about Andrew Breitbart dying a few months ago. You may recall. If not, it's our most watched video. Honestly, go check it out.
By a good 100 views.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. So apparently I'm getting sniped talking about this too. And we move on.
So, yeah, he passed away right before he was going to bring forward something big. And some people, thought it was this or that came out on Breitbart TV later. We're kind of thinking it might be this. It's a little blurb thing that a company put out a while ago. The company is now out of business, if I remember reading everything correctly. Anyway, so it comes out and is describing each of the different authors it has. It has a really wide range of people, people that we would recognize. One being Barack Obama. And it describes him as being born in Kenya and raised in Indonesia and Hawaii. Now, Breitbart TV immediately comes out and says, we are not birthers. We still at least believe all the evidence points that he was born in Hawaii. However, what this really shows, if you read through it, is exactly how much his morality flip-flops all the time. People say Romney's a flip-flopper. You look at Obama's morality, that's the thing that changes a lot, more than anything else I've seen. Anyway, so go through, read through it. It is Breitbart TV, so slightly biased at least, but they're pretty good about separating things out and getting actual facts. And I kind of saw this next article and just really thought, okay, the White House is trying to deflect here a bit from everything everybody's been trying to focus on, like the economy and, and Obama's legitimacy to be president. So he's now put out a proclamation that the White House wants prisons to step up their efforts in against prison rape. What does this have to do with the election? I'm sorry. No. Really, the best way to do that is up the number of people you have as guards in a prison, and you can do that by reducing the number of people in prisons, because if you didn't know, we are way overwhelming the prison system right now. And the way you do that is by getting rid of all the super ridiculous laws that the federal government doesn't need to be putting in.
Yeah, I will say on that one, my dad likes to talk quite a bit about stuff like this, and he mentions how there are so many laws, ridiculous laws these days, that it just makes it hard not to break one, because there's so many that it just gets in the way of everything. One of these days, who knows, I'll be walking down the street and I'll get thrown in jail because I was walking down the street and I looked at someone funny. It's crazy.
It's getting ridiculous. All right, on to the next one. Awkward segue.
Quite literally.
Yeah, quite literally. This one's actually an awkward-looking segue. So Honda has this thing in development. I really, I can only describe it as a self-propelled stool.
On wheels.
On wheels, controlled by, well, your butt.
I can see this going well.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at it. It just looks hilarious. They say it actually keeps you at about the same height as someone who's standing. So, yeah, you're kind of in this awkward position. And it goes about the same speed as an average walking speed. Now, this is in Japan, so it might be oh, sorry, is that racist? Anyway, so, yeah, it looks awkward. It looks funny, and I want one.
Although there has been some speculation, if you read the comments, there might be issues, because who knows, somebody might let one rip and then all of a sudden right in a wall. That'll go well.
Oops. I can see the lawsuits already. All right. On to the next one, because I think Jeremy is going to be teaching potty training for a while. So we're just going to keep going through. So there's a woman over in California, let's see, Southern Orange County Beach, who's walking along the beach with her kids. Her kids give her a few rocks. And she's like, oh, that's nice. Puts them in her pocket. She goes home, and the rocks burst into flame in her pocket.
What?
When I first looked at the story, they had no idea what was going on. There is some, a little bit more now in the article. There might be more when you check it out. Something about that they have detected phosphorus in it. It does occur in the beach. It turns out this is kind of around the area where the Marines will actually do training runs, that kind of stuff with flares. So actually might have been a highly reactive chemical instead of a rock. But I kind of pick up rocks every so often on the ground, and this kind of makes me nervous.
A little bit. It also kind of makes me wonder just a little bit if the military goes out there and has like flares and they're doing all this stuff, and then it's on a public beach.
Shouldn't they be cleaning that up?
That'd be counting on a little too much. Just saying. Hi, everybody.
So how'd it go? Sorry.
Well, I needed a drink after. Moving on. Wow,
right.
Bad joke was bad.
That one was supposed to be yours, so want me to cover this one real quick?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Right. I'm just going to hit the snap real quick. So, over in, let's see, we determined it was Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, Carlisle,
Right.
Massachusetts.
Right. There's a guy that had an ice cream stand on public dairy property. It was like government-sponsored dairy property for 26 years. And then suddenly, the weekend of Mother's Day, he got shut down by the let's see, Armed Environmental Police is the way he put it. The way the government puts it, the Department of Conservation and Recreation.
Massachusetts Environmental Police, essentially.
Right. Either way, they shut him down because it turns out he didn't get a permit to build that place, and even though he's kept it up, and he literally goes through and improves it every single day, they're shutting him down and have kept him shut down since then.
Since the weekend before Mother's Day.
Because there might be danger. They couldn't have just sent in an inspector or something?
Nope.
Also, I'd like to...
It's for the children.
I would really like
The ice cream is for the children! Sorry.
I would really like to emphasize this amazingly well. He's been in business for, 26
years.
26 years. Policeman, I think you're a little bit late.
If nobody's been hurt yet, I don't think anybody's going to be.
They call that a slow draw?
26 years.
26 years, indeed. So, in Toms River, New Jersey, apparently they've been... Thanks.
Tap water is what we're talking about.
Yeah, tap water. So, I have to go do dad things again. Surprise!
Can I just take your seat?
Yeah, sure. Apparently I'm the visitor this episode.
All right, so New Jersey, tap water. I think since it's his turn to cover, I think you're supposed to cover it.
I don't know the story.
So people in New Jersey have been turning on their tap water, and It's been green.
Lovely shade, actually.
Yeah. Evidently, you can't really tell when it's just like the faucet or whatever, but if you start filling up a tub, it's very obviously green. This one kind of makes me really concerned. The inspectors or whatever saying it's okay, it's fine drinking water, and...
All right, I'm poking my head in real quick. Because I've been to a place in Washington State where they get natural water from a river, and that river water or the natural water that is good to drink is a little bit green. I've had it. It's delicious.
Right. This is more green, though. And the inspectors are saying it might just be an overabundance of iron, rusting in the water, which, a little bit more iron in the diet shouldn't hurt. But still, if they're not sure, then why are they saying it's okay? I don't know. I think I'd look at that and go, uh-oh.
See, in my house, we've run off of well water, and if there's something wrong with our chemicals, it turns things blue, not green.
Oh, dear.
I'm sure that's something different. I don't know the details on it, but it's
You're
worrisome
still trying to
either
figure it out.
way.
Either way, I think I'd probably start buying bottled water. All right, on to the next one real quick. You have to hit these real quick. We're going a little over time today. So a school over in Utah has been fined $15,000 for selling soda during the wrong time of day. This one to me is utterly ridiculous, not just for the fine and stuff, but because, one, it was an off-area place. They're doing it because, they want to make people healthy, yet they're still selling Snickers bars and really high-sugar energy drinks and stuff, just as long as it's not carbonated.
Sports drinks.
Sports drinks. Same
Gatorade
thing.
and whatnot.
Yeah, more sugar than half the soda out there.
It's
Either
true.
way.
I've looked.
And
Remember
Snickers...
that diet we went on?
Yeah.
And Snickers are being allowed because they have nuts in them. Yeah, because that's going to make it healthy. Either way, they're actually having to cut back on the fine arts program to be able to pay this fine. And really, this isn't going to do anything. It's basic economics. Just because you cut off the machines during certain times of day doesn't mean people are just going to say, oh, well, I'm going to the cafeteria. Kids are stubborn. They go off and get it somewhere else.
I also kind of want to put into, going back just a little bit, Snickers has nuts in them, therefore they're allowed. Does that mean I'm allowed to have ice cream that has nuts in it?
As long as it has nuts in it.
Because there's plenty of flavors
And
out there
dairy.
that have nuts.
Right.
And dairy.
Yeah.
It's a twofer.
Yeah. So
It's healthy.
I should have ice cream all day, every day. That's just going to be my meal
I
now
really
because
want
it's
ice cream
healthy.
now.
Oh, wait, but I
Twofer.
can't
Ice
because
cream.
they shut the place down.
Ooh, ice cream.
Oh, no. So, up in New York State, they have terror laws, because that's a thing. Kind of everywhere. But there's a federal district judge that wrote in a ruling about basically how this law needed to be squelched because of its impact on the rights provided by the First Amendment. Basically, anything anyone said publicly, they would have to censor themselves somehow, because basically anything at all could have been taken out of context and you're a terrorist. Ugh. It's scary stuff. And so, at least we still have good judges in some places.
I'm hoping this kind of tips things off and sets off a wildfire in the rest of the political committees, whatever.
See, I think this is kind of...
Communities?
Yes.
That's the word.
That's
Yeah.
the word.
I love words.
I think this is kind of getting, again, into the whole, like I mentioned earlier, walking down the sidewalk, suddenly you go to jail,
Mm.
Well, now words are getting pretty much the same way, where it's like, oh, I say hi to you, and suddenly, oh, I'm a racist, or I'm a terrorist, or...
Because you didn't say hello, you said hi instead.
Yeah! Oh my gosh! Really?
Jeez.
Last but not least.
Political corruption in New
yeah.
Mexico.
Start with political corruption, end with political corruption. It's all good.
Right. So there is a town that has lost basically half of its Congress. Is the, I don't know what else you call it. Their
City council?
City council. There we go. And their mayor, due to corruption allegations. And now they're running around like chickens with their head cut off, trying to figure out what to do, because They just don't have laws that really cover this.
They have laws that cover half of their government being fired.
It's absolutely insane. You're going to just have to get all the
Why were
details
they fired, AJ?
Voter fraud for ruling through intimidation and fear. This is crazy. Using City Hall like a personal piggy bank.
If you've ever heard the phrase Chicago-style politics, this story is it. This, old Chicago, old New York, old LA, where people would go, buy all the hobos a fifth of vodka and be like, hey, vote for me. Remember this. Vote for me tomorrow.
Pressure people that don't know English too well and aren't even citizens of the town to vote.
Or citizens of New Mexico, actually.
Right.
It talks about how not even state citizens were. Not to mention national, but I'm not gonna go into that today.
Right.
Not today. I'll get angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
I'm Kim.
And these are extraordinary times. Be aware. Come on!